Yes, and welcome to We Are the South Stand on a night that Manchester City did it typical City way, 1-0 down. But we are through to the playoffs. Here is the match reaction. Hold tight, everyone in the building. Make sure as soon as you join us, you are smashing the like button. We're going to talk about the game. We're going to talk about and probably find out during the stream who we are going to be playing in the next, well, I'm going to say the next round in the playoffs. Seen a few names thrown about already. And going to be joined by a few fellow Manchester City fans, starting off with Mr. True City himself, True City fan himself. Patrick, what are you saying, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Saying,
the seeded name right now is I'm saying I'm good. Can you hear me? I'm good.
Yeah. It
I'm
seems
saying
to be
right
a little
now
delay
as we
with you, Patrick. Oh, no, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, I'll try to sort that out. Is that better? Yeah, I'll try to. Yeah, I'm saying
Yeah,
as we
what we're
speak
going to
right
say
now,
as we
currently,
speak.
we're looking at Bayern and Madrid.
That's what I'm hearing. I heard someone else say Milan, but we will talk on that shortly. Also going to bring in someone new to the channel. Obviously, everyone's new to the channel, but someone new to the channel. He's been in the chat. Luke, what are you saying, bro? You good?
Yeah, good, man. All good. Happy to win. I mean, first half was terrible, but second half much better. Bought on Savio.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that. But just quickly, tell everyone about your channel. What is your channel? Because I want to make sure we're plugging everyone else's channel. We've got Patrick's channel, which is True City Fan. That's right, isn't it? That is right, Patrick. It is True City Fan. Yeah. And yours is, Luke?
Mine is the Not in My Lifetime podcast. Been doing it for almost a year now. Doing it with a couple of mates for the past year, and not far off 1K now, which is really good. And yes, it's a good community. A good talk about City and that. So yeah,
lovely. And listen, if there is anyone else in the chat that wants to jump on, it is a night we're celebrating. So just let me know. Contact me on Instagram or whatever and drop something in it, and we'll get you on as well. But listen, 3-1 City. Patrick, if you're are you keeping an, well, between the two of you and the comments, can someone let me know when we know who we're playing, right? Yeah,
when it's 100%, isn't the draw like this week? I think so. They say.
I think so.
No. But is that the draw, or is that the draw for the knockout stages? Because from what they were saying, from what they were saying, by the end of tonight we will know. I'm sure that's what they said.
Yeah, everybody keeps reporting that it's between two teams.
Tomorrow.
So
draws tomorrow.
Yeah, so I don't think anybody has set it up. Yeah,
Bayern, Real Madrid. If we get through, if we have a Leverkusen or Madrid, if we get to the last 16, then the quarterfinals between Juve, Milan, Inter, or Arsenal. So it depends, obviously, on who beats who after that. But it's Bayern, Real Madrid.
Right, let's not get too carried away. People, everyone in here, I'm going to go through the comments real quick, just see who's in here real quickly. I'll type B-Star, who's saying Johnny Stones. Bro, yeah, we'll talk on Johnny Stones 100%. Stones and Cover to stay. Patrick, we spoke on Cover earlier. We're going to speak on Cover a lot more tonight as well, because I think Cover, he needs to start getting some mentions tonight. Hold tight, Lynn, who's saying few, thank God. Evening, lads, all you Super Blues, absolutely. Can Marmoush now play? I don't believe Marmoush can play till the knockout stages. No, because this is ultimately what we're in now is the playoffs. It's not the knockouts, and so it's still counting as far as it's still counting as the group stages, right?
This is
tough
because
now.
Because I was looking forward to what's his name,
Patrick, it makes common sense, because if you come fifth in the championship, you go in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
So it does make sense. It's still the same round. Sebastian, hold tight, Sebastian. Savio stole the show.
But that's painful, though, isn't it? Isn't it painful? A bit painful, because I was expecting that maybe if we play Madrid or Bayern, I would have Husanov as a right back instead. You know what I mean? And you would always use Mamouche, because even today's game, I was like, if we had Mamouche, I think we're scoring more goals here. I don't know.
The draw for the playoffs is tomorrow, right? Okay, that's fine.
Wait, does this mean that it doesn't matter even if we went in the market and bought a DM? It doesn't matter.
We won't get. They won't. Right. Not till the knockout stages. Not till the knockout stages.
Grind it out.
Not to the. Bro, Patrick, I'm not having your negativity tonight. We have just qualified for the playoffs. Yeah. Right. Tonight we are happy. Right. We will deal with the DM situation on another day on another stream. Okay. We're not dealing with that today. Bro, right?
I can even see. I can even see on Twitter. They're telling me that, oh, today no negativity. I see people are so excited. I'm excited too, but it's just like I'm like, okay, you know, one of those things. I've won, but at what cost? That's what I'm thinking at the back of my head. But anyway, let's be positive.
The thing is, Patrick, though, the thing is, like, it's a knockout. Anything can happen, and the thing is, Madrid aren't on that perfect themselves. Another Bayern, so. What we got to do is go in there with confidence and see what can happen. If we can nick it, it's better than nothing.
Yeah, right now, look, Patrick, put it this way. At half-time, you and I thought we were coming, me, you and Luke thought we were coming on here to get absolutely grilled, right? Because I can tell you now, there's 100... I was watching LB's watch-along in the background, right? When we were 1-0 down, LB had 3.3K watching. Right when it went to City being 2-1 up, he had 2.3K. 1,000 people dropped off once City were winning. Right, that's what would have happened tonight. So tonight we would have been on here, and then we would have been straight over to Never a Foul, where then we would have had all the rivals coming at us. Now, guess what? Oh, look at that, 115 people watching. Shock. Guess what's happened now? Cass has gone bed. There's no Never a Foul at 11 p.m. tonight because City didn't lose. And
I know he wrote me a message. He wrote me a message. It's like, it's over. It's like, I'm going to bed. I was like, this guy leaves off negativity. That's where he gets his superpowers from. He's funny. He's funny. Big up podcast.
Sorry, so I was a bit carried away in. I've seen a few people saying Savio Stones. Whoa. Was Stones involved in
2 assists?
2 assists? Did he get 2 assists, did he?
Yeah. Brilliant.
I didn't even but bro, Stones any other day scores that header. He scores that header.
Yeah, he does. He does. Yeah, he does.
Jess is spot on. People, if you're here, make sure you are smashing that like button. Please, please, please. Okay. Let's get into it. By the way, people, keep your comments coming in. I'm starring them. We're going to go back to them at some point. But let's talk first half. Look, I would imagine by the fact that both of you are here with me right now, you weren't at the game. You probably watched it on your TVs. By the way, this is Bernardo. My daughter bought him for Christmas. His name's Bernardo. So get used to him. He's going to be about. He's going to sit here with me. In fact, where can he go? Here. Bernardo can go. He can go there. Right.
Yeah,
Bernardo. Right. Savage, I think it was Savage who was commentating on TNT. From minute one, had it in for City. I don't know if you noticed that, but he was going on about how good Club Brugge were, and we were saying we were looking nervous. Now, I'll be honest, I wasn't that mad at the first half performance. I'll be honest with you, right? Were we liable to counters? Yes, but are we not liable to counters all the time?
What was that?
So I think we were probing all right. I don't think we were really that bad in the first half. Now, to be 1-0 down, yes, of course, it was embarrassing. But I think the first half was ultimately us this season, right? We weren't creating clear-cut chances. Seen someone call someone out, and I've got to mention on this. For me, tonight, Kevin De Bruyne, wasn't it?
I'll tell you why, though, that's the case. Because he had no runners. Kev needs Doku, Savio, Marmouche. Kev without any runners is pointless because at the end of the day, yes, he has Haaland, but when Haaland's getting up by 2 or 3 man in defence, can't do anything. So, again, he wasn't great. No excuses. But if we had anyone starting the game, could have been a whole different story. But is what it is.
I think in the first half, and if we're going to be fair on that, I think Foden as well. Foden and KDB in the first half were poor. But yeah, Patrick, what do you think? Because I think you're probably going to have a bit of a different opinion on the first half to me.
No, like, look, it's just they tried. They started off fast, and obviously they were hungry, and obviously they were home, and they were looking to start off fast against Club Brugge, and the other team just sat back. It's happened before to City, where we're in the Champions League, and sometimes we have to play with obviously agency because we know that we have to qualify or get the points. So sometimes when we need a game, we start off good, but the Brugge, give them credit, man, because you know what? I was seeing why they went 19 games unbeaten, because you could have seen the structure.
They're moving the ball
the way they're closing. And Pep was right about that DM. That DM was very good. He looked like he's very good. He was sweeping, and they were keeping so close, and City had nowhere to go. So my worry the first half is, oh my God, here we go. We're going to be passing it side to side, trying to be patient. But I forgot that if an informed City, a team that we are confident about, we wouldn't care if we're being patient. We've done that before at the Etihad, where when a team locks up, we're patient. We have to wait for them to make mistakes. So that's how we played it. But to be honest with you, if you talk about KDB, if it's prime KDB, he's finding a way. He's going to find a loophole. This new KDB has tried to do the bending crosses that are not working anymore.
Tried an outside of the foot at one point.
Yeah, it's not working. I'm sorry. As I said it to guys, that I don't want to be negative. I just said it will happen and it's part of life. But maybe he will get form. But it is still KDB. Foden didn't really do much. He just started showing up at the end. In the first half. Yeah, he really didn't do much. He just started showing up in the second half. But look, it is what it is. Brugge look like they're very dangerous. No matter who they get
on the counter,
cause trouble. Yeah, they're very dangerous
on the counter, and that was probably one of my frustrations. Was in the first half they had one counter in particular where it was a bit like, oh, this is suicide. Why we camped in the half and the ball got played over the top, and I was thinking, oh, they actually have men there. They have men there, and we had, I think, at one point we had one defender. I will be honest, they could have got two in the first half, maybe. But I still think we were by far the better team in the first half. By far the better team. Oh, Patrick, you're on here twice now. Don't know what's going on there. He's down at the bottom.
I sent you that. No, the other one is just if you want to put it up, it's the playoff setup. Somebody sent it to me and tagged me on thing. Yeah, it's the playoff setup. So so that's the one. That's what we have so far.
So it's looking like it's either us or Celtic v Madrid or Bayern.
Yeah,
I'd rather have Bayern personally, but if you get
I'd rather have Bayern personally.
Yeah,
I'd rather. Is what it is. You have to beat the best to win the best.
You have to.
Yeah. You have to beat the. You have to. What is it? You have to beat the best. If you want to win it, you have to beat the best.
Well.
Right,
okay. It is, though.
Consider teams.
If we get through though, we've got obviously Leverkusen coming. But the thing is, like, you've got to look like this. If we do somehow get through, then we've got Marmouche and that to come in the next after that, so we can sort of have 100% forward. But we've got to focus. I mean, in those games, I don't care if it's 2-1, 1-0 wins. You find a way to win those games.
Yeah,
yeah.
Look. I think at this point we can focus on who we're going to play and what we're going to do. But Dash, you said it. You said it there. Fuck it, bring him on. Bring him on.
Wait. Have you seen the potential pathway? Hamza just posted it. It says the potential pathway is Madrid or Bayern. After that, then it's Leverkusen or Atletico Madrid. After that, it's Juventus, Milan, Inter, or Arsenal. After that, then it's potentially Barcelona or Liverpool.
Okay.
So it's sort of a pathway that if you really have to play the strongest, so you're really going against it. So there's no escape.
One game at a time. One game at a time.
Yeah, that's all you can do. That's all you can do. To be honest with you, that's all you can do. But what I'm thinking is, I was just sitting there saying, I'm pretty sure after what Pep just saw with Nunes, I don't blame Nunes because he's not a right back. I'm pretty sure now they will try push for a right back, surely. But hopefully,
hold on. What push for a right back, a left back, and a DM?
I think they would. Maybe they would. I
don't think they would. But
don't you think it was going towards this? That maybe they were looking that let's qualify.
I keep telling you, bro. Kuzanov is going to play as a right back. I'm telling you that, bro. Kuzanov is going to play as a right back, bro. Right. We have to remember Stones is now back, and do you know what? Here's something we need to talk about. John Stones just played 90 minutes, I believe. Yeah. Okay, right. That's a good sign.
DM,
That's a good sign. John Stones just played 90 minutes, right? Akanji Because at the moment, what we're doing, Patrick, is we're juggling defenders, right? If we have our defenders come back, then all of a sudden we have Akanji, we have Stones, or we have Kuzanov that could all play in a right back position. Yeah.
And Ruben Diaz, if he comes back,
is central.
Yep.
So I don't believe, like, it would be, don't get me wrong. Am I saying I wouldn't take a left back, a right back, and a DM in the next 5 days? Of course I would. But are we being realistic that that's going to happen in 5 days?
Yeah. No, we're just hoping. It's hopium.
Come on, it's not going to happen, is it? And everyone, look, everyone, we need to remember where we are. We're looking at, I'm not saying we're going to go to Madrid and beat Madrid, by the way, but let's remember where we are, Blues. Let's remember where we are right now, yeah? Let's remember the month of November and the month of December that we had, okay?
Yeah.
Right? We have just qualified for the playoffs, right? We've scraped through. If we get Madrid, we get Madrid. I get where we are. It doesn't mean we're out. It doesn't mean we are out. It does not mean we are. So, sorry, but Madrid are in the playoffs themselves, yeah? Let's be real with it, right? We are in the playoffs. Why? Because we have not been that good this season. Madrid are in the playoffs. Bayern Munich are in the playoffs. Why? Because Brest have been better than them. So we can't just look at it and go, yeah, we're out. We can't.
Wait. Are people saying that we're automatically out?
There we go. We are out. Look.
Oh, somebody said we are out. Wait. Let me see.
That means we're out.
The thing is,
not really.
Remember when we went in previous years? We've gone to the Bernabeu when we've been the favourites and we've got a win there. Or we've done pretty well. Like, I don't see this, like, in Champions League, anything can happen. Anything can happen. So what we got to do, we've got the players to do it. We just got to just think, right, just back them, see what happens. If we go out, we go out. But
and this is the thing. I hear what you're saying, Formidables, when you're saying we're not deluded Arsenal fans. We know we know our City. Yes, we are out. I hear you. I do hear you. But that's where I'm not going to all of a sudden now be, we have to do. Bro, even if we go and buy 1 or 2 players, we know our club. I've been saying this. Right now, we should not be favourites for the Champions League. And right now, do I think we'll get to the final of the Champions League? If I'm a betting man, I'm not saying we're going to win the Champions League, but we can't instantly throw the towel in, right? We can't, because do you know what? Chelsea's second Champions League. It came when they weren't great in the league. So come on, let's be positive right now, and let's not start throwing our toys out the pram. And I'm on that subject. I'm just going to mention these 3 players. Where is it? I just saw a comment.
Kovacic.
No, it's not the Kovacic one. We'll speak on Kovacic in a minute. I can't find it now, but someone had mentioned the players that weren't good enough. And do you know what?
Oh, the players that were not good enough today.
Right. At times De Bruyne, at times Gundo. You know what? The old guard, right? At times, you know what? They weren't good enough. However, when we went 2-1 up, in fact, no, do you know what? Fuck it. I'm not going to say when we went 2-1 up. The whole second half, we showed fight, right? We showed the fight and the desire that these players show, right? So, I get it. KDB's 34, Gundo's 34, Kovacic 31, Bernardo Silva, I think 31. But in the second half, they stepped up and reminded us, right? Because we were 1-0 down. We came back and won 3-1. Do you know what? In hindsight, let's look at the last 2 games. The last 5 days, we've been 1-0 down twice at the Etihad. Guess what? We won both 3-1, right? Now, is that not showing the fighting spirit of Manchester City? And is that actually not showing the fighting spirit of KDB, of Gundogan, of Foden, of Haaland, of Stones, of Akanji? Do you know what? Of Savio? Yeah, let's throw some of the younger players in there that we've just got. We've come from behind twice in the last week, 1-0 down to win 3-1. Now, we need to focus on that because we haven't won all the trophies we've won based on we've got Vinicius Jr., based on we've got Mbappe, based on we've got Neymar, based on we've got Messi. I could keep listing them. A lot of the players we have signed when we've signed them have not been raved about. But do you know what? They've come in and they've shown desire. And that is what has got it over the line. And tonight, to be fair, we have to say the old guard have shown desire and got us through. So listen, I'm not going into a Madrid game or a Bayern game saying we're going to wipe the floor with them. Vinicius is shit. But come on. We're City. We're not City at all. We are City.
Got Haaland, got De Bruyne, got Foden. We'll do it.
And City, Paul, you're right. We have to stay humble, 100%. We do have to stay humble, right? The Arsenal game on Saturday or Sunday, sorry, I've already said I'd be happy with a draw because I know where we are at the moment. But we can't look at Madrid and Bayern Munich.
A draw would be great.
And go there. On our day, we can beat anyone, right? And 1-0 down. And do you know what? I'll be honest with you. At 1-0 down, I was thinking they could get another one here because we have to go for this now. And the way they were in the first half, but we didn't. We held our nerve and we won 3-1. And it won't be... Look, we're on a City channel right now because I guarantee you, if you go and watch Football Terrace, if you go and watch Never a Foul, my own damn channel, if that was on right now, you'd have rivals on there cooking us saying City scraped through. But you know what? I give Arsenal credit when they go down to 10 men and they win a game. Why? Because they get the job done. Tonight, we've got the job done. And we have to focus on that, right? We have to focus on the fact we got the job done. Now, while we're focusing on that, let's focus on the likes as well. We have 195 likes. Thank you very much. Let's get them higher, people. I need the likes to be on 300 by the end of this stream, 100%. Also, you need to make sure that you head over to these two channels. Are they there? I've just showed display names and I can't see them. Let me remove the comment quickly. There we go. Right. Head over to these two channels as well. Patrick, True City Fan, and Luke, who is at the NIML pod, which is not in my lifetime. I was going to say not in your lifetime. But yeah, right. So people, please keep getting those likes up. But let's talk on Kovacic.
Mm-hmm.
Boys, take it away. I've done enough talking for now.
Yeah. Wow.
Patrick, talk on him. Oh, go on, Luke, you talk on him.
Luke, go ahead. You go ahead, man.
Well, honestly, he was brilliant. I thought in man of the match there. I thought Savio was great second half. I think the whole game, Kovacic was brilliant. I think out of all the older midfielders this season, he's probably been one of the most consistent players this season. And today he showed that. You know, I'm not saying it's like Rodri level, but the way that goal was scored was like Rodri. You know, last season, just powering forward, getting through the midfield, and just when it matters most, getting that clutch goal. And
well, that's the key, the clutch goals, because we didn't think Cover had him in him.
No, he didn't, and he does. And we obviously can't see him come back this season. You know, maybe he does, fair play. I'll be happy to see him back. But we're being real. Kovacic for me is the player that we need to have in that midfield who can do that when needed. Obviously, we've got Kev, we've got Foden, we've got all that, but players like Kovacic, big squad. When he's fit, he's a reliable player that can go box to box and just get stuck in. And the game today, he's experienced, he's massive, he's brilliant.
Patrick, over to you. You there, Patrick?
Nah, man, it's what we bought him for, you know. Yeah, I'm right here. You can hear me. It's what we bought him for, you know. We brought him here for him to be a box to box and carry the ball. And obviously, he was a different player to what we had in that midfield. It's just unfortunate that, as I said, he had to be playing as the sole DM or somebody who's more defensive. But Kovacic has always been somebody who is a box to box. He defends for you, but he also carries the ball for you. So right now, it's just been incredible. This thing is lagging a lot, isn't it? I'm happy.
Do you know what? Right, I'm going to be honest with you. So, do you know what? You're spot on, City, Paul. How many times have these two Croatians stepped up and got it? And do you know what? Maybe in the second half, there was a point where I thought, do you know what? Kovacic and Vardio are two players that they've won a league with us, but this is their second. They haven't won a Champions League with us yet, right? They haven't really experienced a treble season with us yet. So they haven't, and they look like two of the hungrier players. But I'm going to be real and talk on Kovacic really, really quick. Last season, Kovacic had a bad. Well, I can remember one bad game from Kovacic last season, and that was the Arsenal game. He was bad in the Arsenal game, right? And unfortunately, when we watched that game, the whole world were watching that game because it was against Arsenal. So everyone was, we have to remember, firstly, how much we paid for Kovacic. It wasn't big money, right? I think it was, 30 mil max, absolute max?
About that. Yeah, about that.
Back end of last season, he was Rodri's legs. He was ever present next to Rodri and absolutely mint. Now, this season, I will hands down say, before Kovacic got injured, he was our best player. Him or Vardy were our best players, right? For me, personally, this season.
Yeah, the way,
Yeah, great.
We were unbeaten.
Yeah.
We then went and played. Rodri then went and got injured. Now, reminder, when Rodri got injured, we played a further 7 games, which we went unbeaten in. 1-6 of them, drew 1. Kovacic then got injured, and we went on a bad run, right? And no one talks on it. Everyone talks on Rodri. The fact is, Kovacic and Diaz got injured. That's when our form dropped, right? Now, is it coincidence now Kovacic is back, right? That we're starting to grind out results. And I think he deserves a lot more credit than he's got. Now, I've got someone else to join the stream. Alan, behave yourself. How are you feeling?
Oh, yeah.
You're feeling like you're on mute.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you perfectly, Alan. Are you happy?
Right. I'm really pleased that we got through.
But
can we please sign a CDM and a right fullback, please, moving forward? Because I'll be honest with you, mate, if we draw a good side in the next round and the league season, we are vulnerable, completely vulnerable on the break. But how many times?
Alan, you haven't learnt that tonight, though. You know that.
No, I knew that before the game.
Hold on. And here's the thing, right? We are talking about signing players that we know, but they're not going to be in for the next playoffs, right? We know this. Now, I'm telling you, Kovacic is... not Kovacic. Kuzanov is going to play at right back. If I'm wrong, shoot me, right? Anyone want to make a bet with me right now that Kuzanov becomes our right back? Anyone want to take that bet up with me?
Well, Nunes is all right going forward, but he's
not it, though. He's not.
He can't defend. He can't defend, can he? No. And we saw that with the tackle today when we were so. Every time they got the ball on the break, I was like, literally, had my head in my hands, thinking, "Oh
that
my
first
God,
half." And then even that first half, I was just saying now at 2-1. Sorry, at half time, I was thinking second half, this could be 2 or 3 because we're going to have to go looking for a goal. And Pep, you know how liable we are on the counter. Why are we leaving one man back? It's madness. But I honestly think, Al, for me, like to get a right back, a left back, and a DM, I'd love to see it, but we know the board are not going to go and buy all 3. I don't know where. I haven't seen enough of this Cambiasso.
Well, he's decent. To be fair, he's decent, and he's better than. With all due respect, he's better than what we've got, right? And so I would rather take someone now, but the biggest. How many times have we get caught on the counter and we haven't got a CDM there to clean us to defend? And it was been happening ever since Rodri's gone. We are wide open, and you literally.
Do you know what?
Alan, don't you agree with me that even Douglas Lewis is better than what we have? Douglas is better than what we have.
Douglas is better. We should get Douglas, but I think we do get him. By the way, I think we do get him. But I just want to comment.
I think it's a question.
I just want to throw this up real quick, Lewis. I'm on your side, bro. I've said this. We do have to focus on the fact that tonight our old guard have stepped up, and not just tonight and Chelsea. We're 1-0 down in both games, and we came back from behind to win both games 3-1, right? And we will always credit other teams who get the job done, right?
Yep.
We're getting the job done. Tonight we got the job done. But we are going to talk on the floors, of course. But we got the job done, and I'm gonna keep reminding everyone we got the job done.
Listen, I'm pleased we went through.
Yeah,
but it was funny because, as you know, I live on the other side of the world now. Obviously, I'm from Whitefield, but I live in Melbourne, and we were in the pub.
The accent.
Yeah, I know. I came here 17 years ago, just before the.
You still kept it.
Yeah, no, I don't worry. I intend to as well. I don't want an Australian accent. It was quite funny because we were in the pub this morning with this Melbourne Sports Club, which I helped run. Right. And he's full of Manx this morning, expats, and I came into the office after, and they're all saying, "Why? I don't understand why we're in this situation." I said, "Because they've not acted in the transfer market at the right times."
Yeah,
as simple as that. But hopefully, and I can listen. I'm not going to have too much to go with Pep, because at the end of the day, it is his party's responsibility. But
he's come out and held his hands up as well. To be fair to him,
he has. But he's had a lot to deal with this year, and I feel really sorry for the guy, because what he's been through personally is not a nice thing to happen to anyone. All right, so it's really hard. And I put my mate last night on the plane back to Manchester from Melbourne. He's on an Emirates flight, and he was he's a massive City fan, season ticket holder, and he was saying, "Just text me on WhatsApp how we're going." So I had to text him at 1-0 down. They were 1-0 down. He nearly, seriously, he's going, "Fuck off, you're kidding." And he was on the plane and like, "Oh my God."
But I think the thing is, look, like I said, we were 1-0 down at half time, and Kevin. Look, Silva, Mr. Whippy, and KDB, time to go. I think at the end, I'm very, very much of the opinion that I want KDB to go at the end of the season, right? I think
I'm the same as you. We need to refresh.
And I think we need to learn. We need to learn from the Kyle Walker situation, because I don't like. It's one of the first times that things have ended badly with a player, right? And it's not nice. I don't want it to end badly with Kev. Tonight, I think Kev at times. In fact, I'm not even going to say tonight. Kev over recent weeks at times does look like he's forcing passes a little bit. But like I said, he's 34. What I will say is, in their defenses, in that second half, the character of those players shone through. Right. And do you know what? And also the Chelsea game, the character of some of those players is when we go 2 or 3-1 up, of knowing how to hold on to the ball. Right. That's something that maybe some of the younger players wouldn't show so much. The character of know to see games out, which maybe that is a thing.
DAPS, because I've not spoke to you. What, are you prepared to wait 12, 18 months to regenerate this team? Because I am. I
100%, bro. I don't expect, right, anyone that thinks we're going to go out in a January transfer window and the summer, and this is the truth, bro. This is a regeneration of this team, right? It is, right. What you have to look at is Pep Guardiola took over this team 9 years ago? Okay, was it 9? Yeah. 9 years ago.
Yeah,
right. He got players in. Now it's 9 years on. A lot of these players, this core has come of age, right? And that's fine. That's fine. It is what it is. And do you know what? As a fan base, we have to be humble enough to go, do you know what? If we have a season like, if we end up this season getting top 4 football, right? Then do you know what? We have to go, do you know what? That really isn't that bad. It really isn't fucking that bad.
Considering the situation, before Walker went, we had 12 players over the age of 30. Right, and in the squad, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and you're not going to change like that many people in one go and expect. No. So to me, the way I look at it right now, as it stands right now, the target is top 4 for me. Right, forget the Champions League at the minute, because I don't think we're good enough to win it. Okay, so top 4 is the minimum that we should try and get. If we get top 4, I think that's a full-on win this season.
Yeah,
I honestly do. If we don't make top 4, we have to take it on the chin, and we have to allow Pep the time to rebuild the squad.
Yeah, look, if I'm being honest with you, okay, I personally think that I think Pep signed that new contract, and I think even the fact that the contract I think it's a 2-year +1 or however it is.
Yeah.
I think with Tiki leaving, they've said to Pep, look, we can't have you and Tiki leave at the same time while we're also going through a rebuild. And I think that's why Pep signed it. I think this whole bit here, and listen, I might be wrong, and Pep might see the rebuild and then come out the other side and say, do you know what? I want to stay even longer. But I personally think Pep is here to see this rebuild through. And we have to understand it's not going to happen overnight. But I repeat, if we've won 6 out of the last 7 Premier Leagues and we have one season, right? Where we have to in fact, do you know what? Sorry, if we have 2 seasons where we still get top 4 football, we still get Champions League football, we must never cry over that because if we're crying over that, we're not built the same as we used to be.
That'll be okay.
Yeah. You got to take it that it's a rebuilding job. And as far as Pep staying longer, I can see it happening. Now he's got, unfortunately, divorced from himself. That's a personal upheaval, right? He needs stability. He needs stability in his life. Yeah, he loves. Think about what you would be like. At the end of the day,
I'm 3 years deep. I got divorced 3 years ago this month.
You need stability.
And I'm telling you now, listen, there is a reason why this channel was not started a year ago, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. There's a reason, right? Because me and Steve have been speaking about this for a long time. The reason was I was not in the right place. And anyone that's seen me being erratic as hell, drunk on streams, a year ago, 2 years ago, was because I was not in a good place. And you're spot on. You have to go back to basics. And I tell you what, upping and moving away it's not one of the things you want to do. So
the thing is, he's better off being away from a degree of separation from his ex. And literally rebuilding his life. He's securing his job. He's got a football club that love him, the fans that love him. You know,
businesses here.
Yeah, his business is here. Yeah, at the end of the day, you know, he can come and go from City when he retires with pleasure. He'd probably go upstairs in the end at City. I can see it. At the end of the day, he needs stability. We can offer that for him, and we don't want him to go. But at the end of the day, the younger fans that have never seen City struggle, right? You've got to all calm down and take it on the chin. Let's face it, Fergie didn't win every single year.
No.
He had to rebuild. It took him 2 years to rebuild teams. So, we have to be patient.
It takes 2 or 3 years to rebuild, is what it is. Like, I mean, we've all seen some unbelievable times, right? The best teams can't carry on forever. You need to build the game going.
Hey, listen, DAPS will laugh at this, but I left the country when I got offered this job over here. I left the country to go to Australia when in 2007, before the takeover happened.
Just before.
Thinking that I've seen City winning in 1976 the League Cup at Wembley with my dad. I was there when Dennis Chute overhead kick, but I thought we're never going to win anything again. I might as well piss off. And what's happened? And I came back for the Sergio moment and the Newcastle game and the Man United game before. I came back for that, and I was in the ground when we won it because I kept my season ticket, and my uncle goes with it. All right, so I've kept it all these years, and I'm in this. I've got my top tier, the South Stand. But at the end of the day, I thought this never going to happen, and then to see what we've seen, it's like a dream. I saw them in Division 2 or whatever it was, and going every game, Lincoln away and York City and all them sort of clubs. I've been there, I've seen it, I've suffered. I was there when we played Luton when David Pleat did the jig across the pitch. I was there.
And that's the thing, and we have to remember that. Right, I want to move on. There is 250 in here. The likes are on, in fact, 260. Likes are on 264. Absolutely phenomenal. People, please keep checking that like button. Please keep getting those comments in. Right. Yeah, someone's saying they're going to be 5 minutes. They're going to jump on as well. Right. One thing I want to talk on as well is Savio. Patrick, what do you think, Savio, second half?
That's the thing, though. I think you and me, when we were speaking, when we were doing the preview, I think earlier on, I think we did the preview on my channel. You said, I think I told you that I think he's going to play Gundogan because I know what he's looking for. He's looking for the seniors to bail us out. And you're like, nah, I think you should pay Savio because we do need somebody to bring that X factor. And somehow he did. And to be honest with you, this game was just crying for Savio and Doku, because at a point in time, I was like, what is even Bernardo Silva and Foden doing as wingers? And Foden hasn't played as a winger for 2 years. I was shocked by that, saying, I haven't seen him play as a left winger for 2 years. And then now he was played as a left winger. He looked like he was lost. So when Savio came on, I started seeing Savio doing things that Doku and him have been doing, where when people sit back, they still go after the team and get corners, which you have to do, or you have to get free kicks. So I was surprised by the inclusion of Gundogan, because let's be honest, I love Gundogan. I liked him in the Chelsea game. He did so well. But in this game, I sat there, I was like, there's too many of them. There's Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, KDB. I think never flooded them. He did, even when we were in form, he used to try them, putting them together. Sometimes it used to just become keeping the ball. So I was like, you're going to have to bring somebody exciting. And on the bench, unfortunately, the only exciting person was Savio, which is good. Fortunately, it was him. Unfortunately, we didn't have people like Mamouche and Doku. But I think Pep bought Savio, Doku, and Mamouche for a reason, because these are the games you need them. And look at him, within 2 minutes, 2 corners. Yet the whole time, Foden and Bernardo, what were they doing? Passing the ball backwards, recycling, never going after the winger. So big up to Savio. And you know what we said? Remember, DAPS, everybody said as Savio starts scoring, it's going to be dangerous for other people. I think once he starts scoring, he's going to be more hungry.
Yeah. Do you know what? And there was good. Do you know what? There was something about his finish that actually, it kind of reminded me of maybe reminded me a little bit of a kind of a Bernardo type finish. I don't know. It's
Riyad Mahrez. Was it that Riyad Mahrez?
Bo, I'm not doing the Savio Mahrez comparison. I'm not willing to do it. I'm not willing. Bo, do you know what? We spoke on Laporte. Mahrez is one that really and truly we've missed more than probably we've spoken.
No, we have.
Well.
We have.
No, I thought Savio was really good. I'm trying to think. And Vardio. Do you know what? Vardio absolutely brilliant as well. Once again. And do you know what? Actually, obviously, it seems to be a regular thing that when we're talking on Vardio, we're talking about Vardio going forward. Vardio was good defensively as well. Yeah. And I've got to give a massive shout out to him. There was one point where the player went down and the player was praying for Vardio to put any sort of hands on him. And you can see Vardio was just stood there with his hands up thinking, a lot of play. I tell you what, if that was Nunes, it wouldn't have given a penalty away.
Yeah.
So, Nunes is not a defender, though. So I'm still defending him on that he's not a defender.
He's trying to do a Delph again, isn't he? Right, but it isn't going to work because Delph can do that.
At least Delph worked, Luke. At least Delph, we had debuts in that.
Exactly.
Delph said it himself. Look, Delph said, I always remember when Delph was in that changing room and he said, basics, right? Yeah. That's why Fabian Delph could do roles. He could do the left back role because Delph knew basics, right? Delph was a hard midfielder. Put him at left back, fine. He'll do the basics, yeah? Whereas Nunes, I'm not going to criticize Nunes too much as a right back because he's not a right back, right?
But he's technical. That's the thing. So he's not a basic. He's not one of those technical players. To be honest, that's what he is. I don't know, man. I just feel like the reason why I know that he's thinking, but I haven't been criticizing him because I'm blaming it. That's why I said I'm blaming it on the board and Pep saying, look, we had the opportunity to get right back. You didn't. You knew Walker wanted to leave. You didn't push for right back. So playing Nunes is going to stink. And you know what? That's why Husanov. That's why Husanov.
Bro, I'm going to keep saying it, bro.
Husanov has to play there.
There is a reason why we have signed a defender that has recorded 37.5 kilometers an hour. Right? There's a reason we've signed a defender that is technically faster than Kyle Walker. Right? There's a reason we've signed him. And I'm telling you now, it's going to be that right side. We've just been joined by someone that I didn't think was going to join us, but he's clearly got home from the pub. Huh. Tone, what are you saying, bro? Tone, and this is where
my mate. Tone, how are you, pal?
So everyone in the comments that is a bit, come on, guys, let's be more positive. Here is Mr. Positive.
I don't know why I'm doing that because I've got a super dry top.
Yeah,
I know that's what I was wondering. I was like, yeah, super dry top.
Look. First half shy, second half bit better. We can be better than that, what we've served up so far tonight, tonight and most of the season, certainly recently. we absolutely need to get this midfielder in. That is abundantly clear.
Oh my God, yeah, definitely. I've said it. I've said this for 3 months, mate.
Yeah.
Without Rodri, we are susceptible to the counter, and we can see goals.
I was gonna say that a minute ago, right? Someone remind me really, really quickly here, yeah, because I don't know if we're doing a bit of revisionism here.
What do you mean?
Was Rodri, right, of all the qualities that Rodri has, and fuck me, he's got a lot of qualities, right? Was Rodri some Superman that stopped all counters? Because I'm pretty certain that we've been getting... I'm pretty certain that we have always... The one way to get at Manchester City is to hit them on the counter, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't that bad.
Right?
It wasn't that bad.
No, I'm not saying it's that bad, but I feel like sometimes we're getting this image of Rodri in the head, right? That Rodri was a Nigel de Jong, right? When actually, the one thing, what I would say with Rodri is Rodri just keeps the ball better.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. It's a combination. The one thing it was, when one of the fullbacks used to pile forward, Kyle Walker used to drop in as a third player. Now, if the ball went over the top of our defence and someone ran on, Kyle Walker used to clean it up because he was so quick. Once his pace had gone, he lost a yard of pace, we were then vulnerable. Yeah. And with Rodri going, it causes us a problem. Okay, because we lack structure on the counter attack. We just City. I've said this to Martin. I've said it to Tone, and they were at first they were blanking me out about it. But I said, it was true. It was true. When Rodri went, I said we're going to struggle to win games till January. And you all laughed at me. And then we went through that horrendous run of 12, 13 games without a win. Yeah. And it was all to do with that counter-attack. And teams were running through the middle of us and scoring. And unfortunately, we can't score 2 to 3 goals every game.
No.
And that's what we relied on. That's what we relied. That's why I said to you before, we have to sign a CDM before the end of this window. If we don't, we don't, we're in trouble.
By the way, formidable. DAPS, say what you want. We all know football. I'm not trying to say no one knows football at all. I'm genuinely asking because I'm thinking back to where I was with what Rodri did, and I think you're right that it was Rodri. Rodri kept the ball more, right? But also, the other thing is, I think also, like, where I'm trying to go with this is that although I do think we need a new DM because a DM will help, and I'm happy with getting Douglas Luiz on loan until the end of the season. Do you know what? If Pep says Cambiasso, right, and Cambiasso can come in and do a role, I'm cool with that, right?
Yeah.
But what I also think is the issue has been the fact that we have not been able to keep defenders fit. And I do think the 4 centre-backs is the way to go forward. I think we just have to go back to the Nottingham Forest game. It was 4 centre-backs, right?
Yeah.
Right? And that's where I honestly believe that once Kuzanov can play and Diaz is back fit, we will see Kuzanov at right back. As a centre back that can play the right back role. But I don't everyone think that I'm trying to say we don't need a DM. I'm very frustrated that we have not got a DM. But I'm not too sure if a DM solves everything. We go and get a DM, but we still continue to have injuries in defence. I don't think it's gonna, it's not all problems solved. That's my thing.
No, I agree. I think
someone else to jump in. All the way from America. What are you saying, bro? Are you good?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can
hear you. Yeah.
Hey,
your screen.
If you can turn your screen, that would be wicked.
Can I do like this? It's on my phone, mate. I think this is the best I can do for now. My computer's in my car.
Yep.
Oh, you in your car?
No. My computer's in my car, man. I try to get upstairs as quick as I can. One of the elevators is broken.
Turn it landscape. So you turn it round, and it will go. It will go.
It will go to mitigate landscape.
Unless you've put your phone on lock, and then it won't.
Let me see if I can do that, mate. You can pass it on to the next person. Give me
it will go. Just turn it to the side. It will go.
Tone, who stood out to you tonight?
Oh God, that's a tough one. Savio definitely was man of the match. He changed the game. He was the best player.
Not Cover.
I thought Cover played quite well second half. Cover was good, decent. John Stones was okay. First half, no one played particularly well. I don't think. I thought it was really poor.
We were too slow. We were too slow.
Yeah, we were too slow. Build up. Just to say on the CDM or whatever you want to call it in midfield, it's been 4 weeks. We've got 5 days or whatever it is left of the window. It is absolutely a must. If it is Edison that they believe is the man to do it, I know some people are mixed on it and all that, but if City believe he is the man, which per reports they do believe he is the man, go and pay the money and get him. Stop pissing around. And if you're gonna, if Atalanta say, well, he's one of our best players, we want 70, 80 mil, pay it or move on.
I don't think it is Edison. You know, I don't think it is Edison.
But it's not that. I don't think they'll sell him till the summer. That's
no. They've said they're willing to. They've come out today and said they're willing to.
Have they? Oh, thank God for that. Go and do it then.
I have a feeling. For me, I've said this a few times. I think we're going to end up with Cambiasso and Douglas Luiz. Yeah,
I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say no to Douglas Luiz.
Either way, I'd take it. It's midfield to the door, and I'm right back. Take it right now.
The problem is, DAPS, is when Rodri comes fit next season, right? You've got to have a player that's prepared to sit on the bench and play the covering role. Now, Edison is going to struggle with sitting there waiting for Rodri to get injured again. Right?
Yeah. And so, I think that's why Cambiasso makes sense, because the fact that he can play multiple positions.
Wait. Can I come into this? I have an answer for everybody. We play. Okay, so I don't know if this FIFA World Cup club thing is going to continue. So let's assume it continues, right? Okay, let's consider that. Okay, let's say that's on, Alan. Okay, that's one is on. That's number one. Number two, Carabao Cup. Number two, FA Cup. Number three, Champions League, and number four, Champions League. Number five, Premier League. That's 5 cups we're going to be in. That's more than a lot of games. And then let's not forget. Let's not forget the Euros. Let's not forget the Euros or any other trophy. So are you trying to tell me that?
Let's not even forget that. We can't fool ourselves that Rodri, after this injury, is coming back
to play all those games.
Rodri will never. Right, we've got to think over the last 4 or 5 seasons, Rodri has been a 70 to 75 game a season player,
which is not great,
because he's not just playing for City; he's also playing for Spain. Right Rodri will never be that again. Right, he will never be able to play. And do you know what? If we do try and push him into being that, we've had a howler. We've had a howler, right? Rodri's been screaming it for at least 2 years. I need a rest. I need a rest. I need a rest. So, although you are right, Alan, we need someone that's willing to come in and know you're second fiddle, but guess what? At Manchester City, second fiddle still means you're playing about 35 to 40 games a season.
Correct.
Correct. I don't like this buying backup second fiddle.
No, but it's not. But maybe that came across wrong. If I'm saying Ortega summed it up perfectly when people asked Ortega about if he wanted to leave City because he's not getting enough game time, he said in the last season and a half I've played 40 games. Is that really backup? Because it doesn't seem it to me. What I'm at Manchester City, because of the number of games we play, I don't think if you're buying someone that's coming in to play 10 games a season, that's backup. If you're playing 30 to 40 games a season, you're part of the squad.
Yeah, part of the squad. That is fine, because you don't buy, say, Edison again, for example, and say, your second string type thing. So I get what you're saying. It is a squad game. If you're part of the squad, like Rodri is, Foden is, that's completely fine, and that's how it should be looked on. I think Douglas Luiz, to me, I get it. I think we were saying this when we had the last show, but I get it from a business point of view. I completely understand the loan. If they can get it on an option, great. Financially brilliant. Good player, did well at Villa. I still want them, though, to not look at short term. I want them to go and get the guy they want. Yes, it's January. Tough shit. Pay the money. You should have sorted it before. You haven't.
But that's presuming that we want a player that's available.
Everyone's available for a price. Nobody's
valid point.
Everyone is. Edison, 50 mil. Oh no, he's not for sale. That just means give us another 10.
I mean, you've got money to pay. Like, if you've got money to afford the player you want, go and get him. Like, at a price. Just go and get it.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying to people. I even say this to people. I even broke it down. I was like, even Douglas comes in. Let's say, for instance, Man City say, you know what? We'll pay 30 million for Douglas. We'll pay 30 million and he'll be here permanently. Douglas doesn't just play as a defensive midfielder. He can play other midfield positions. So now let me ask a question. I even asked this on the channel earlier on. Don, would you rather have a 26-year-old Douglas Luiz with, let's say Edison comes in also, Douglas who can also play box-to-box and attacking sometimes, in this squad, added than having a Kovacic who's turning 32, a Bernardo Silva who's turning 32 or 31, and then De Bruyne who's turning 34, and then Gundogan. These guys can go, and Douglas can still be in this team for 30 million. I would rather have them. But the thing about people is, I think they keep forgetting, number one, Rodri is coming from an injury that was the same as Van Dijk. When Van Dijk came back, it wasn't great. It wasn't great at all. But also, this thing where people forget Rodri is 29 years old. He's not young anymore. When he comes up with this injury, we are not expected to play him a lot. That's what I'm saying. Whoever comes in right now, that's why Tony's right. If you see that Edison is the guy, go buy him. Go pay the amount.
But I don't think it's him. I could be wrong. I don't
think it's him either.
You don't think it's him? Sorry,
I don't think so.
Who is it that Nobbins was saying the other day?
Buena? No, Buena.
The sporting player, the sporting DM.
Oh, Baleba.
Has to be Baleba,
from
guys.
Brighton. Oh, from Brighton.
Has to be Baleba, guys.
Have we seen a lot of him though?
We've seen enough, mate. We got Kusanov. He played 25 games of football. We brought him in. Bring the kid in. Give Brighton the keys, bro. I'm over it, bro. Spend the money.
I'll tell you one thing about Brighton. They will charge the earth.
Oh, they will.
Good. Give them 100, bro. Give them 100. We paid 100 for Jack.
I'm here for that. Do you know what?
I'm not paying 100 for Baleba. You're not paying 100 for Baleba. Come on.
You're paying at least 80. You're paying at least 80. At least.
You know what? If we have to spend the money, we should spend the money. We have look, this is part of a rebuild. And I've said this before, if you look at Pep's not first summer, his second summer, right? Where we spent, what was it, 200 million on fullbacks, yeah? Right?
Yeah.
And everyone crucified us for it. But guess what? One of the fullbacks has just left this club with 17 fucking trophies, right? So 50 million for Kyle Walker. How good a deal was that, right? Same, if you skip back to Mancini, the summer when we bought Yaya Toure and we bought David Silva.
Kolarov.
Again, right? Everyone knocked us for it. But 10 years later, was anyone knocking those two signings? We are now at the stage where it is another one of those rebuilds. And we have been so good at selling over the last couple of years that we've got a massive, massive transfer fund. If we have to spend it to get the right person, and that's the key. I'm not saying Baleba is the right person, but whoever we identify as the right person, if we have to go and spend a bit more money, you're right. We spent 100 million on Jack Grealish.
Yeah,
I'm surprised.
100 million on Jack Grealish. Okay,
I'm surprised with Zubamende. I thought Zubamende we might have locked that in.
We
could have paid more than
he wants to stay in Spain. So
no, he's going to Arsenal.
No, he's not. He's going to stay in Spain. He's going to stay in Spain.
He's come out and said he's sick of being linked with English teams.
Yeah.
Wait, so that's the was fake.
Mate, Patrick, he wants to stay in Spain. He's going nowhere. Trust me.
Oh, that loser.
He is Arsenal. He has nobody ambition. He is Arsenal. Seriously.
I think, and by the way, look, if Zubamendi was willing to come, I think bro, if Zubamendi was serious about moving to the Premier League, I think we'd be having conversations with him.
Yeah, right? We would. And you know, another thing I said, Dubs, apparently this Edison guy, according to other people, he's actually been playing left back sometimes for Atlanta most of the season.
Oh, Pep will love that, man.
And apparently he's actually good at that left back side. So I was like, I'm pretty sure Pep is smiling as he's looking at this guy.
He's got to be better than Nunez. Let's get it right.
He is. I don't know.
That one where Nunez he just won the ball in the box. You know what I mean? Oh my God! I was like, please don't give away a penalty. Please.
Do you know what? I'll be real with you. If you're meaning the one where he left his leg there, he's lucky the player didn't go down. Player went down. That's a penalty. That is a penalty, 100%. But But yeah, do you know what?
So, but all I've been saying for since Nunes has been there, panic buy, and you know, people, my monitor, it would just shout at me right now. He was a panic buy.
Yeah, but the thing is, Alan, right? Look at the team right now. I was thinking about this earlier. This is madness. We've got no right back. Pep tells us Rico's not a right back. So we have no right back. Guardiola is effectively a centre-back played out on left. We've got no left back and we've got no CDM. It drives me mad. And Nunes has done a decent job in there. He's done okay for what? Because he's not a bloody right back. So he's done okay considering he's out of position. But why are Manchester City having to play...
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
Delph and all that lot, and Zinchenko, they did a good job out the left, but why? Why not just go and buy a right back? Buy a left back? It drives me.
Do you know
mad.
what? I think the best way of looking at it is that if you take Liverpool as an example, Liverpool have got they've got Robertson and they've got is it Shimikas on the left, right?
Yeah.
They've got Trent on the right and they've got then Connor Bradley coming through. Now, I'm not saying we need 4 fullbacks, but it would be nice to have one.
It
would be nice to have one.
Toad, if Pepper said that Rico is not a fullback, what is he?
He's a midfield. Hold on, bro. I'll answer you that. I'll answer you that. Go and look at. Go and look at what. Right. Go and look firstly at the position he played through the EDS. It was a midfielder, right? Mm-hmm. Go and look at whenever I can only say what I see with my eyes. When I see Rico Lewis in the final third of the pitch, I see the best Rico Lewis, right? When I see Rico Lewis in the final third of the pitch, I see a footballer, right? He's good going forward. For me, I think he's an 8. I think he's a box-to-box. Now, is he a good enough box-to-box for Manchester City? We don't know, right? Probably not. I personally think Rico is a little bit weak. His dad does jiu-jitsu, so apparently he's strong. That's not true. I knew kids at school that did karate. They weren't that strong, right? So, but he's not a fullback, bro. He's never been a fullback. And when he does look good is when we play at home against a team that allow us to have most of the ball, where he can camp in the other team's half next to Rodri, right? Not doing the job as a fullback. Rico Lewis isn't a fullback. And do you know what? I've been very critical of him. I call him Weako Lewis because he's that weak. But
yeah, he is.
He's technically he's good. He's not good enough for City. If we're being real, if we're saying, you know what, we're City, we haven't got any fullbacks. If we're being real, Rico Lewis maybe isn't good enough. But at the same time, I think he's only 20. So let's give him a bit of a break on that as well, because he's been thrown into a tough position this season that, you know, a lot of seasoned players are failing for us at the moment. So, you know, we have to calm down on Rico a bit, but he's not the answer.
He started the season off really well, didn't he? He was doing pretty well at the start. Obviously, when we had a bit more of a fit squad then. But it's a hard one because I see a lot of potential in him, but it's the physically just holding him back.
He's only small. He gets pushed off the ball too easy for me.
Way too easy. Way too. There was a point against PSG where he went down looking for a foul and luckily got it. But it wasn't a foul for me. It was over the other side to where we were sat. But you know what? Like I said, we've got a lot of players that haven't looked great this season. He's a player that's 1 minute he's being played on the right, next minute he's being played on the left, and he is a midfielder. So if we're going to give Nunes as a seasoned player, you know what? You're not a fullback. Then we have to say the same on Rico a bit. But right, boys. Question. I think Steve asked it. Someone asked it earlier on. Who do we want, Madrid or Bayern?
Bayern.
Madrid. Bring on Madrid. Bring them on.
Either way, go for it. Either way, at this point, but Bayern.
I'll tell you something. If we don't sign the CDM, I hate to see what the score will be.
Yeah, can you imagine the transition against us for Real Madrid?
Against Nunes. Oh,
yeah. They've got to go.
Boys. And that's what I would say. When Alan, your go-to is if we don't sign a DM. I'll be honest with you. It doesn't matter if we sign a DM. He will not be playing against Real Madrid, right? He won't be playing or Madrid or Bayern, because whoever we sign cannot come in until the knockout stages. So we face Bayern or we face Real Madrid with the squad that we had today. Now, here's the key. Even if we could sign a DM, I'll be honest with you. Getting our defenders back in time is more important than a DM, right? We need 4 centre-backs against Real Madrid, right? We need 4 centre-backs available. If we stand any chance, I'll be honest with you. A DM will help, but a DM and still no Ruben Diaz, it's still not looking great because we need someone to lead the line. This is the biggest thing that Ruben does.
I agree with you, but my boss is on screen now. He's putting his foot to pen. So.
Hold on. just a quick one on this from Family Wiesman. We can add 3 players. Now, is that 3 players to the playoffs or to the knockouts?
To the knockout stages.
Right, yeah, so it's not to the playoffs, is it?
Well, no. One of the journalists, I can't remember, maybe it's Joe Brow, someone said that these like Mamouche could play in the playoffs.
Hey guys, how are you?
It's 3 players, that's it. You can't do any more.
Well, he's saying in the playoffs. Does anyone actually know the answer? Because it's not because they're cup tied, it's because they haven't been registered. So we can register 3 players before the playoffs.
That's good news.
That's very good news. Thank you for clearing that up. Thanks, Martin.
Let's hope one of them's a CDM and the other one's a right fullback.
Yeah, we'll see. Can I ask a question?
You now, Kuzanov is playing right back. I'm going to keep saying it, bro.
All right.
Junior.
Can I ask a question of all 4 of you on here, right? All 4, and Martin's in the chat and he's going to laugh because I said yes to this and I got bloody whipped on another show. 50, and I'm sorry for everyone for asking this, but I'm just going to ask it. 50 million, Rico Lewis, do you take it, yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm probably with you.
Come on, Daps, don't you hide down there.
Sorry, say that again.
50 million Rico, I bet you didn't hear. 50 million Rico, yes or no?
What, if we got offered 50 million for Rico Lewis?
Yeah.
Oh, is that a question?
I said this on another channel, LB channel, and LB and Martin gave me unmounted shit.
I'm surprised. You know what? I'm sorry. The reason why I was busy, I'm sending Martin the link. He's going to jump in really quickly, but
no, my boss is here. My boss is here to bollock me. And before he said, before he goes, right? When I said we wouldn't win another game till January, so we wouldn't win another game till January, right? What happened? We lost about 12 or 13 games on the bounce. So I'm sorry, I was right, and he hates to admit it.
Sorry, say that again.
When I said ages ago that we would win another game when Rodri went down till January, I was more or less right because it was a 12 match defeat run. So
we're far off, mate. We're far off.
Hey.
Bo, I'm telling you now, I'll keep saying Rodri was a big thing, but we missed Rico and we missed Kovacic just as much. Nick,
absolutely.
Welcome to the stream, Nick. And
Thanks,
before you get in trouble, Alan, and have to leave, here's your good pal.
Oh, yeah, my boss is here. My boss is here. My boss is here for giving me a bollocking.
Hold on. Who's your when you say your boss, are you meaning Martin or are you meaning an actual boss?
No, but Martin's my boss.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Well, so you dress smarter than your boss, and I bet you don't have alphabet spaghetti for dinner either.
Wait, leave that alone.
No, I heard that last night. I heard that last night. Brilliant. I was killing myself laughing.
But Martin, you wouldn't accept 50 million for Rico Lewis?
Don't you bottle it? Don't you bloody bottle it?
Go on, Tone.
Do we get a buyback? Daps?
Nah, not with 50.
I mean, yeah, 50 million. Yeah, you might not get a buyback or a set on.
That's what I mean. If you're giving me 50 in a buyback, maybe.
Oh, he's bottled it.
What's Rico's position? What, like, again, I just don't
No
know
one
where
knows.
He's a midfielder, man. He's
Anyway,
a midfielder.
What's that? One defeat in about 8? Are we on this? Are we getting on the train? One defeat in 8?
But Martin, my whole thing is we've been in the last 5 days we've been 1-0 down twice, and we've won both games.
Showed a bit of character.
And this is what I've kind of been trying to say, that despite the fact that we do want to shit all over well, as a fan base, we seem to want to shit all over KDB, Gundogan, Bernardo, and the old guard.
Shit over everyone.
But the one, and do you know what? And a lot of it is valid. A lot of it is valid for this season. A lot of it has been valid. But tonight, a lot of the old guard, with a bit of help from the new guard, we've gone and turned around from a 1-0 defeat that could have ended up 3-0 because we had to go and try and attack them, right? Yeah, and we've managed to hold on to it. So we've got to give them credit. We have to.
And you know what? When we said it the other night, there were 19 games unbeaten. You know, they were on a very good run. I think there was a few nerves at the beginning. By the way, big up to 1894. What a display. King Kev, indeed. What a display. Still not keen on the light shows. They can bin them off. I'm not doing these light shows.
Like Super Bowl.
Yeah. I'm not doing NFL. No, but listen, first half thought was a bit nervy. It was a bit Club Brugge, same problems as always. Think that substitution at half-time helped a lot. Savio. By the way, what a ball from John Stones. What a ball from Johnny Stones. By the way, another thing, Kovacic, everyone keeps telling me he's done, washed up, can't score, can't do out. As I've said before, the guy doesn't do tap-ins. The guy does not score tap-ins.
Before Al joined, before you joined, Martin, myself, Luke, and Patrick were actually saying, for me, since Kovacic has joined this club, last season, he had a bad game against Arsenal and he got absolutely slated for it by all rivals. But then apart from that, absolutely mint. I actually think second half of the season, last season, when he came back and he was Rodri's legs, this season, before he got injured, for me, along with Vardio, he's been our best player. And again,
I agree.
It's no coincidence.
25 mil. Bro, 25 mil he was.
There's no coincidence that since he's come back from injury, we've started to look better, right? And look, I'm not saying Kovacic is Rodri. I'm not, right? I'm really not saying that. But today, I saw a lot of desire off of him. A lot of desire. He was picking up the ball, driving with it. And I think actually Kovacic is being very, very underrated. Not only by some of our fan base, but I also think by rivals, they just don't want to talk on Kovacic. Where I think Kovacic is, for 25 million, an absolute mint signing for us.
I think he's one of them players that is underrated by, like, when he played for Chelsea, if you'd have asked me Kovacic, you'd go, oh yeah, he's all right, he's okay. It's not till he plays for you that you think, yeah, he's a lot better. You know, I don't know if he's world class, but he's certainly
world class.
Very good player.
Soldier. I like to call him a soldier. I know everyone loves this rep, hates his rhetoric, but can't have captains and lieutenants. You got to have soldiers sometimes. And for me, there's this belief that he's got this injury record. That was at Chelsea. His injury record at City has actually been pretty decent, and he's popping up with goals at the right time. Now, when everyone's fit and you bought your signings in, is he a guy who is generally going to start? Probably not. But to bring someone of that experience and quality off the bench, which is what I'm liking at the minute. We've now suddenly, I mean, tonight aside, it was like having a nursery back on the bench again tonight. Can't wait till we get these new boys registered. I can't wait. I hate this holding out wide. I hate it. I don't know why he keeps doing it.
Agreed.
I think there's an element of almost like first half. I hate to say it, but there was an element of rolling back the years a bit, it felt to me. When I saw the lineup and I saw Gundogan on the pitch, I saw Bernardo. I expected to see one of the three of these four: Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, and Kovacic. Right? I expect to see three of those four. Seeing all four made me And then obviously that's why Savio wasn't starting. It just felt to me a little bit like, and do you know what? I can understand it that Pep's gone. Do you know what? I'm going to go with the old guard. Champions League game at home with the Etihad rocking. We're rolling it back to Real Madrid Bayern days. And it felt a little bit like that. Whereas it's like, you know what? I honestly believe we can only start 3 of those 4 now. We have to have, whether it be Doku, whether it be Savio, whether it be Marmoush, whether it be Bob.
Yeah,
we have to have.
Bob.
We have to have some of these players in there.
When's Bob available to play again? When's he going to be fit? I mean,
now, Jack Gould put an article saying Arsenal possible. He should be available for Leyton Orient, definitely.
Okay, that's good.
He's technically back now. He's technically, because there was rumours he was going to be on the bench tonight, but obviously Pep still wants to take that.
Because he's a creator. He actually creates goals, so he's a good player.
Yeah. Also, Martin, on your point about Foden on the wings, I don't mind seeing him on the right wing, being able to kind of cut in, use the left foot, but just on the left, he just seems wasted.
Yeah.
And especially having Bernardo on that right wing, just again offers nothing. Like he can't beat a man, can't kind of whip a ball in either anymore. It's just
Do you know what? The Bernardo on the right, it works when it worked with Walker, right? It works when you've got players that are making a particular run, right? Because Bernardo, a bit like Jack, right? He's good at holding on to the ball, bringing players in, getting players chasing him, and then if you've got a player like Walker making that overlap, perfect, pop the ball to him. It just doesn't seem to quite work with Nunes. And look, I'm not trying to shit on Nunes. It doesn't seem to work. It is what it is. But overall, so what are we saying then? We saying Real, we go to Madrid, or we saying Bayern? What are we saying in the chat? What's everyone in the chat saying?
I personally think it depends on who we buy. Because if we don't get a CDM, we're in trouble. Seriously.
Yeah.
Now that I know we can register them, I hear you, but I'm going to keep saying get a CDM. But if Diaz is not back, we could also be in trouble. I think getting Diaz back because that line needs a leader. Ake is important, but for me, that line needs leading, and Ruben Diaz is the only one. God, I wish we still had. I said this the other day. I wish we still had Laporte. Laporte can lead a line. Laporte would have been perfect to lead the line. But look, Steve, because ultimately tonight at one point I was thinking I've got no more European aways this season. Steve, we've got another European away coming, mate. Where are we going? Where do we want? I personally, in February, I want Bayern.
Germany away,
I want Bayern.
You just want to knock Vinny out, don't you?
Huh?
You want to knock Vinny out?
Bo.
Yeah. Well, if he knocks us out, we'll get them. God. Look, this next 5 days is enormous for the club. If they go out, and just an example, if they get Cambiasso and the one they want, say Edison, for example, you turn the window into a 9 out of 10, in my opinion, with Haaland and Marmoush and all that. And suddenly everyone's on fire. You can register the 3 players, Marmoush, the centre mid, and Cambiasso. Everyone's on fire, and suddenly people are picking up.
I'll be exceptionally happy if we got that exactly that.
Yeah,
which 3 are you registering?
Window then.
You say you've got 5. Which 3 are you registering?
I would leave the 2 young defenders if we got the other 2.
Well, do you know what? Martin, that is a really damn good question. Because that is a sensational question. I think what you'd have to, if we were to get 3 players, you have to register for me an additional defender, a DM, and Marmoush. Marmoush has to be there for me.
Yeah. So let's say, for example, So you can get. This is just example. Then, say you can get Douglas Luiz or A. Edison or whoever, Cambiasso and Marmoush, because then you're covering it. You've got a defender, fullback, your midfielder, and you've got Marmoush. That's if we do.
With Walker leaving, does that give us an extra spot to register someone, or is it just the 3 we can?
That's a good point.
No, I don't think you can. I think it is only 3 re-reg. Yeah. I don't know. Actually, I don't know on that.
Because if it gave us 4, that would be perfect.
Because couldn't we deregister Rodra?
You could do, because he's not going to be fit. You could do.
I don't want to see him pitch.
I think that's something. Nah, I think that's something as well that people, because sorry, this is Bernardo, Martin. Well, introduce you to Bernardo. Bernardo the Penguin. Don't seem very impressed with that, Martin. Fucking hell.
No, he doesn't.
I'm introducing you to a penguin that my daughter got me called Bernardo. You moody bastard.
Oh right, okay. No,
Right.
Yeah, well said. If I'd have called him a moody bastard, you'd be, oh mate, seriously, I'll be getting a bollocking later on.
but hang on a minute. Daps knows what he's talking about. That's why I listen.
Oh, hello. Here we go.
apparently, I don't with the penguin now. I'm going to tell my daughter she won't like you. But
no, that's very nice. No, big up.
But yeah, I think we need to, because I don't know if it probably won't be anyone on this panel. Might be some people in the chat, might not be. But every time we see a picture of Rodri in the on the training pitch, people going, Rodri's back, Rodri's back, Rodri's back. Like, I can tell you now, when Van Dijk got injured that season, Van Dijk, there were pictures of Van Dijk in training from late January. Yeah.
Yep. Yes.
We did not see him, and Liverpool did not play him until the summer, right? Until he turned up, he was in their friendlies, right? We must treat Rodri the same, right? Anyone that's like, oh my God, Rodri's had a very serious injury. We've seen what happened with Vincent Kompany when we kept rushing him back. It was heartbreaking to see Vinny and the older lads. You'll remember Paul Lake, right?
I was at Middlesbrough.
I knew you had a story on this. I knew you had a story on this, Alan.
And against Villa, and I saw him come back against Middlesbrough, and he got carried off. We were in tears, mate. I'm telling you.
Who is that? Paul Lake or Vinny?
Yeah, Paul Lake.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We've seen it with players that we've rushed back, right? We can't rush Rodri back. He needs to be in here to build that muscle up round the bone or whatever it is underneath.
Alan, I've got a question for Alan on that. What did Bert Troutman do when he broke his leg in the cup final? Did you give him a round of applause?
It wasn't broke his leg. He broke his neck.
His neck. Sorry, his neck. So when he broke his neck against Birmingham,
you're a fake City fan, Martin. You don't even know what bone he broke.
Exactly. Yeah,
I've only been a fan since 2008.
Yeah. So he carried on playing, but he went into hospital the day after, mate, and he stayed there for a good while.
Well, I did cry with Paul Lake. You know when I cried with Paul Lake at the United testimonial?
Yeah.
That's when I cried when he came out.
For any younger City fans that are watching this right now, and you're thinking, what the hell are we talking about? Go and buy Paul Lake's book. It is one of the best books I've ever read.
It's good.
It's got everything in it, and it's also got, he talks about other players, talks about some United players. He talks about Shearer. It's an absolutely brilliant book. And of course, look, he's a City legend that you need to know about. But right then, I think on that note, we're probably going to wrap up here. Nick, I know you've just joined. Thank you for joining us. Apologies, I've been rushing about all evening trying to send a link to everyone. We'll certainly get you on. Is there anything you want to say about tonight's game at all?
No, definitely just happy to get the win. I think that first half, I think everyone was probably very nervous. It was very sloppy. A lot of players just falling over. But Pep made the correct changes at halftime, and I think
whereabouts are you based in Australia, Nick?
Melbourne. So
so why haven't you rejoined our branch?
I've actually reached out
because he heard about you.
Right, okay.
He heard about you.
I was putting him in touch with you.
Alan, you're the reason he hasn't joined, Alan.
Oh right, okay. Listen, Nick, whereabouts in Melbourne? Whereabouts in Melbourne are you?
In Box Hill, so not too far from the city.
It's not too far at all. Straight.
And I work in the city as well, so
there's no excuse. There's no
excuse. The Imperial next game.
Oh dear me!
Are you in a cubicle there?
Me?
Yeah, you in an office cubicle. You look like Daps when he's at work.
I know.
Sorry, 1 second. On that note, Martin, you can fuck off.
Hey! Well done.
You cheeky bastard. How old are you, Alan?
Me, I'm 58.
Right. No, 100%. He can definitely fuck off.
All right, just a quick one for you guys. What was your thoughts on Kev's performance?
Poor. Average.
Best.
Yeah.
Average.
It's what it is. It's what it is. I think. Yeah, I agree with you. I think. Do you know what? There's been a few games this season where some of his passing has looked forced.
Yep.
It's looked forced. Even some of his, again, you know what? PSG first half, he probably should have scored. I also think today he had a very similar position, actually. But you know what? This is what there's certain things I think we need to expect. One, KDB, the more he plays, the more we are going to see games like this. We saw it at the back end of last season. There were signs. The more he plays, the tired he gets, and you start seeing forced passes.
Sorry to interrupt. Don't you think our midfield, including KDB, can only play one game a week now and not
Yes,
two?
yeah. I think, bro, I said it last season. I honestly felt back end of last season, KDB came back from his injury, looked great, right? Within a month, we were playing him every 3 days. And I think last season, when we played Liverpool and we played Arsenal, he was subbed off in both games after having no impact on the game, right? That is where we are with Kevin De Bruyne, right? And personally, I said at that point, around about April last season, if we want to get another season, maybe another 2 seasons at most out of Kevin De Bruyne, it has to be as an impact player off the bench, right? Or not at all, and then you see him and you don't see him, right? And then we look at Gerrard. Gerrard went over to the MLS. We look at Frank Lampard. Frank Lampard left Chelsea and was at best a bit part player for City, right?
Yeah.
Kevin De Bruyne is the same age as them. So it's not bad. Same with Gundogan. That Gundogan joined us to be a bit part player. But so far this season, we're seeing Gundogan week in, week out. They're 34 years old, right? What do we expect from them?
I think that's Steve Black in the comments has said there, we hate to say it, but, he's slowing down. He's coming to the end of City.
Did anyone keep changing your mind on Kev each game?
No.
The last game he played, I was like, give him a new contract. Tonight, let him go off.
I've been consistent with this from back last April, right? And this is the thing. What Kevin said there is spot on. That where we are with Kyle Walker and the ending of the Kyle Walker story, right? If we give Kevin another year, Martin, next season you're going to be having to defend Kevin De Bruyne against people
I can't do another season like this.
And this is what all we have to do is look at all of the legends, because all of our legends, people have told us, oh, you should have kept him. Aguero should have kept him. He played a few games for Barca. Vinny. When Vinny was playing when he was player manager, he ended up having to take himself out of that situation, right? There's every player we've got rid of at the right time. Every single legend. And it's great. It's great to have fond memories where it's great to have them, right? We have to let Kevin go in the summer. I'm telling you now.
You're absolutely spot on. And I'm like that with a few. And I know it's hard. And like I said, I was the one,
I totally agree.
I've had to defend Walker all season, and it's took so much damn energy out of me.
Would you start KDB at Arsenal? Everyone?
No, not a chance in hell.
No.
See, that's
play Mamouche.
Definitely.
But the reason why we're saying that is I'm not even just looking at Kev's performance. I'm looking at the fact that Kev tonight played what? 70 minutes? Was it 70? How long did KDB play for today?
Yeah, about 70.
About 70 minutes of a high-intensity game, right? Marmouche has had a week off. It's a no-brainer. It's an absolute no-brainer.
Marmouche is an unknown to Arsenal as well. Completely unknown to Arsenal.
Yeah, 100%. We have to use that. No, I think that's a no-brainer for me. But right, people, we are going to wrap it up there. Let me have a quick checks of the house right, 354 likes, absolutely phenomenal. People, if you could check your like before you leave the stream, please check it, make sure you smash it. We have been longer than usual tonight, but it is what it is. Also, what else right, coming up tomorrow, God, we've got a packed 2 days on the channel. Tomorrow we have a live at 7 or 8 p.m, myself, Steve and MCFC lads. We will also have 2 uploads at some point during the day. The first one will be with Dan Potts, Arsenal fan. Dan Potts, who I know a lot of City fans have got a lot of time for Dan Potts. Dan Potts is one of the real good Arsenal content creators, talks a lot of facts, doesn't sugarcoat anything. And then also we're going to have an upload with Troops as well, who, listen, people, you either love him or hate him. Big content creator. Steve will vouch for this, and I will vouch for this. Actually, genuinely lovely guys. So we've got those two tomorrow. Then on Friday, we are going to have an upload with We Are 1894, talking about things that they've got coming up. And, we're going to have this every week where they're giving us an update on the club and things they're doing. We are then also going to have a live with Turkish from AFTV and the Big Six and Steve. And then in the evening, we're going to have a show with Lee Gunner. So we've got plenty of reviews going into this weekend. Anything I want you to put in the comments. Yes. When you leave this chat, please comment on the video and tell me who you want to see us play in the next round. Is it Real Madrid or is it Bayern Munich? And lastly, but by no means least, we have had 5 or 6 good guests on tonight. Great guests and Martin, right? I'm joking, Martin. I love you. I love you.
True.
Now.
Daps, did I behave? Told you would.
Do you know what? Yeah, you have behaved. We need more positivity, though. We need to be more positive. Right. I don't want to, but at the same time, I don't want to become a happy clapper. But
look, hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Look. Luckily, we didn't start this channel back in November, December, right? We started it in January, where actually we're on a pretty damn good run of form, right? Yes, we don't look like the treble winning champions. We don't look like the 4P even, right? Idea. But we're in a good run of form, right? We're in a good run of form. And in the last 5 days, we've been 1-0 down twice and ended up winning 3-1, right? Whether we like it or not, we have to give some praise on that. So listen, everyone, please go and subscribe to these guys' channels and, of course, Patrick's channel. We've got Luca, not in my lifetime pod, NIML pod. Alan and Martin, who are both part of Mancunian Way. Nick, don't believe you've got a channel, have you? Is there anything you want to shout out?
No, just jump on the Mancunian Way. All of the city channels have just been pumping out great content.
And you get to the Imperial, young man. Never mind that.
Yeah, we'll get in touch.
Alan is policing the city fans of Australia now.
That'll be good.
And finally, we've got City Tone. Everyone knows City Tone. If not, City Tone, do you want people to find you?
Well, maybe not everyone. It's probably best for some. But yeah, I'm on Instagram and things like that. But I've got a new show in the works with someone on this very panel. I've been told to keep it hush, as Martin's just said there. So now it's obvious who it's with. And somebody else. So
sorry, did I give that away way too much then?
Yeah. Brilliant.
And there's another Blue that we're involved with as well, something new coming up, which we'll tell you about in the next week or two, I think.
Lovely. Well,
that's when I get him on a phone call and we have
Martin,
to discuss it.
Are you going live, Martin?
Yes, I'm about to go live over.
Hold on 1 second. What's going on here?
And I'm also on Never a Foul in the Morning.
Oh, yes, you are. Yeah. Do you know what? So, Martin, I'll give you 2 things while I quickly redirect over to you. So, people stay on this stream. I'm going to redirect to Martin's show. I was watching LB's stream I was keeping an eye on LB's stream during my watch along. And when City were 1-0 down, he had 3.3K watching him, right? The minute. You haven't set up your stream, Martin, so I can't redirect.
I have.
It's not there. It's not there, mate.
Is it not there?
No, it's not there. 1 second.
But anyway, if you want, it is definitely there. Because people are commenting in the thing.
Hold on. No, I can't find it. Yeah, got it. There we go. Perfect.
You had me panicking then.
Yeah.
Not put it up right.
But no, the minute, so 3.3 watching, the minute that City went 2 goals up, it dropped to 2.3 watching, right?
I'll tell you, Daps, right, to follow on that, Martin and I used to do Spaces. When we won, we'd get about 3,000 listening to that. Sorry, when we lost, 3,000. When we won, 800, 900.
Yeah. People
don't care when we win. They're like, nah, I don't want to hear that. I want to hear.
And just to shit on my own channel, Never a Foul, we were supposed to be going live at 11. But ultimately, because I think Arsenal won, City won, and Liverpool won.
There's not a lot to talk about.
Cass went bed. Cass goes, no, I'm getting an early night. Cheers. So anyway, on that note, thank you everyone for joining us. It's been a longer show than usual, but thanks for sticking with us. Head over to Mancunian Way and give Martin and maybe Alan some shit. And we will see you in the morning. And listen,
I have sent Alan the link. If anyone wants to come on, you're more than welcome. Let me know.
I can't, Martin. I'm in the office. I've got people around me, so I can't.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I want to come on.
We're not big enough for you. We're not big enough for you.
Mate, I'm going to get criticised now for not going. But you should do it at 10:35 in the morning when I've got staff.
Sorry, some of us have been at the game, Al.
Oh, God, here we go. Here we go.
Some of us don't fuck off to Australia because the team aren't winning, Alan.
Yeah.